Got my strawberries. Got a big old mess in the background. I hate the lighting. Hate it. I don't know, guys. We got to work on this. Let me work on the lighting. But for now, this is what we have. I have my Pandora bracelet on. I had added new charm. Fun fact, Lou used to work at Pandora. And I said something yesterday and I was like, oh, like, do you have your Pandora bracelet on? And she's like, I never bought one. I'm like, you worked there for years and you never bought one? Whenever I used to work in retail. Also, these have become essential for me doing my makeup. So you can find these on Amazon. We will link everything for you. Anyway, when I used to work retail, maybe we'll talk about that today. When I used to work retail, I would spend my whole paycheck. So I worked at Walmart, which I told you guys. We're using the LYS foundation. I've really been loving this. And LYS is like a very affordable brand at Sephora. Like as brands go, it's on the lower end and their products are really, really good. I like their cream bronzer. I like their foundation. I like concealer. Anyway, I've been getting more and more into this foundation. I had it in my stash, but hadn't used it in a while. Also, let me know if you like shop my stash videos. Like I kind of want to do videos like that. Anyway, all video ideas are always open. I love hearing what you guys think and like what you want to see. So anyway, and this is a good match for me. This is MG2. I don't know what that means, but that's my shade. I get off on a lot of tangents, as you guys know. I'm going to use this little Essence Peach Lip Care Booster. I don't know if this is still available. Mine's kind of old, but I really like it. It has like a brush applicator. Back to what I was discussing. We have our new hire here today. Very exciting. I'm using this hard candy one. Sometimes I just put my hand in the drawer and pick something random and use it. So this, you can find hard candy at Walmart. All the stuff I've tried from them has actually been really good. It's very affordable. Drugstore brands are coming for the necks of the high-end brands. Drugstore makeup is so good that like you really don't need to spend a lot of money. I know I always say that. Okay, so I worked at Walmart at 15 and I was a cashier and I loved that job. And then there was a Stitches. Do you guys remember Stitches? So I applied for a job at Stitches. It was like kind of gangster clothing, if you don't remember. But I think they still exist. Like, does Stitches still exist? I'll let your girl let me know. Okay, we're gonna use Nude Sticks because Nude Sticks is now available on Amazon. Also, it's female. This is the Glamzilla collab. I hope this is still available. I never swipe it right on my face. I always like take a brush to it. They're Canadian. They're female founded and owned, which is like all the best things. It's like my business. So we love that. Okay, so Stitches. So I got the job at Stitches. I was 16. I loved it. I loved selling clothes. It like ignited such a fire in me for selling clothes and buying clothes, of course, styling people's outfits. And to this day, like, I mean, I'm sure you guys aren't surprised. I love that. And I absolutely like, we had sales goals and I always blew my sales goals out of the water. And I was just 16. And then, so they made me a key holder. Imagine trusting a 16-year-old store, but I was so excited. So I would go to high school all day and then I would, this is the Glamzilla collab. And the thing about this is it's kind of a bronzer, but it's also like blushy a bit. Really beautiful. I hope it's still in stock. Of course, we'll be linking everything for you. Yeah. So I was a key holder at this Stitches. I would go to high school all day, get home off the bus, eat something, and then go to Stitches to work. And I remember my high school boyfriend at the time would come pick me up after work. Also, these are $10 right now. I don't know when this video is posted. I don't know if they're going to be $10, but it's a mental note for myself. I need to post this. This is fantastic. This is supposed to be an alternative for the Hourglass powders, baked powders. First of all, look how much product. Are you kidding me? Like, look how big this is. This will last you forever for $10. Bang for your buck. Bang for your buck. Anyway, blushes and bronzers. I might get another shade or two when they're $10. Anyway, we're going to be using this today for sure. But first I need a cream blush. It's very hard to do a get ready with me and a chatty. Like it's, cause I'm trying to tell you about the makeup, but I'm also trying to chat. So I don't know. We'll work on it. Anyway, I hope you guys are liking these videos. Say Poppy. I love a coral blush. Anyway, I hope you guys are liking these videos. So pretty. Now this type of blush, like I do apply this right to the cheeks sometimes. So my high school boyfriend would pick me up after my shift sometimes, or my parents, because I couldn't drive. I actually didn't get my license until I was 18. My parents wouldn't let us drive their cars, so I couldn't practice. And I was also just really nervous to drive. And I took driver's ed, and you know how you had the in-car lessons, or at least I did? The guy was like, this is what the driving teacher said to me. People like you are the reason women shouldn't drive. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Shout out to my driving instructor like 20 years ago. Thanks so much for that. Now 98% of women who follow this page are going to be after you. Anyway, okay, so now let's use that CoverGirl. They sent me a bunch of shades. This is Caramel Truffle. They actually have a pretty good shade range. Like sometimes I feel like the drugstore shade range is garbage. This is quite dark, but you know, we love being bronzy. Anyway, so Stitches. So I was a key holder. I love that job. I also met like a lot of girls older than me, but girls that like I stayed friends with for a very long time. So then that Stitches ended up closing down and they had this like 75% off everything sale. And I was so distraught that this Stitches was, I need more jewelry on. I hardly have any jewelry on. ADHD, holla at your girl. I mean, I'm undiagnosed, but like my mind mind goes like crazy. Anyway, my store closed down and we had for weeks or like maybe months, 75% off everything. And when we would open in the morning, there'd be a lineup waiting because everything was so cheap. But then also it turned into like a Frenchie's. Oh, I don't know if you guys have Frenchie's here. I don't think you do, but Frenchie's is a secondhand store on the East Coast. I don't know. Do you guys have that? It's in Nova Scotia, but everything's in like on big tables and you just basically, it's just a big pile that you have to dig through. So it turned into that. And every night, like the store was an absolute disaster. Like, just imagine 75% off. Like that stuff doesn't happen anymore. It was a big old mess to clean up. We did that for a while and then eventually they closed down the store and they moved me to the mall location. So I was at, if you live in Halifax, at the Bayers Lake location. Now I think it's a Blue Notes or Susie Shear or something. Yeah, they moved me to the mall location, which was busier. And they were like, okay, Jessica, we're going to move you there. And let's use this. This is new. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But while I was at the mall location, I got headhunted by Dynamite. And Dynamite was the coolest store we had in Halifax Shopping Center at the time. I mean, Dynamite's still great. Like, don't get me wrong. It's interesting because it's kind of a full circle moment. It's a full circle moment because now they send me clothes. I'm scared to do this. What in the world? Oh geez. This is Makeup Revolution. I feel like it's hard to get a straight line. I found this at Shoppers. You can find Makeup Revolution. This is like a practice in motor skills. I look crazy. How long do I leave this on for? What the hell? How's it going, Lou? Okay. Found the camera for long form content. This is gonna look like crap when I take it off because it's all ram jammed. Anyway, how long do I leave this on for? 3 minutes. I should have put it on long ago. 3 minutes. I can't take myself seriously, I guess. Okay, so we need a powder blush. Let's use this. I think this will be really pretty on top. ColourPop blush. I used to get PR from ColourPop and I don't anymore and I'd really like to. So ColourPop, I'll let you go. I always like to set my creams with powders. You guys know that. Benefit brow pencil. And if you hear anything in the background, the girls, we actually hired a new girl. Her name's Aaliyah and she's super, super sweet. And she organized my workout wear yesterday in my drawers. If you follow me on Instagram stories, you would have seen that. But she did such a fantastic job. She color coded all my workout wear. So she's doing amazing. Back to our story. So I got headhunted by Dynamite, which was the coolest store in Halifax Shopping Center, and I was so excited. But then I also felt bad because I'd worked for Stitches for so long, but I was like, this is a great opportunity, so I took it. Can I eat with this on, or? So then I moved to Dynamite. And needless to say, the whole point of this conversation was me working in retail is danger. Danger, danger, danger. And the reason it is danger is because I hope my hair wasn't blocking my mic this whole time. Danger because not only do I spend my whole paycheck, I spend more than my whole paycheck. Like I can remember at Stitches and Dynamite, by the time I would get my paycheck, I had already spent it in my mind with what I was buying. And I would put things aside for myself until I got paid. And also when you're not paying bills, like I wasn't paying rent, I was 16. You think you're rich. Like I remember one of my first paychecks from Walmart, like I couldn't believe how much money I had. It was like a few $100s, but I was like, I'm rich. So, and my first purchase once I had a job, my parents so the thing about my parents, like they wouldn't just buy us things to buy us things. Like we had to work for them. Even like I wanted a Furby and I had to do like 1,000 chores to get my Furby when I was younger. But the first thing I bought with my money was a cell phone, which like, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, cell phone. So, I don't think I'm going to do lashes today. I don't think so. Give my lashes a bit of a break because I've been doing those cluster lashes every single day. So I bought myself a pink Motorola razor on a TELUS plan, and I'm still with TELUS to this day, for better or for worse. Sometimes they drive me crazy, but you know, that's life. I haven't used mascara in so long because I've been doing those cluster lashes, but this one is one of my absolute favorites. This and the telescopic. I'm going to do Reformer Pilates, so I think we'll just not do lashes today. Lou, what else did you find? Oh, great. What about hair tools? Okay, I don't think it's been 3 minutes. Hi, Peanut. Want to come see Mama's? Let's use this too. Maybe this is on sale. Typically, oh yeah, usually I wouldn't swipe it on. It probably wasn't a good idea, but I think it's okay. Really pretty. Now this kind of got a little smushed in my move. Now, to be honest, I think it's better to do this. Put it on your finger. This is the kind of product that applies really well with your fingers. And like you can just very quick do it on the go. Just a little, how did I get, oh, okay. Oh God, it's weird. I don't know about this. Okay, yeah, that worked. That worked. Look, you know what? I don't love the peeling it off part, but I feel like that gives you a really natural like lip line. It makes your lips look bigger, but it looks very natural. What do you think? Makeup Revolution, Holla at Your Girl. If you haven't noticed, that's my new thing. Everything's Holla at Your Girl. We're doing a very natural, glowy makeup today. Hope you enjoyed it and learning more about my history. I've had a lot of jobs. Also, I had a paper route. I babysat. Like I started working when I was like 12 years old and never stopped. I am like a workaholic through and through. Now, what do we want to do for lip? Let's do a little bit of this on the eyes. I don't know if this is still available. This is the Kelsey Ballerini. Let's share. This was Kelsey Ballerini for CoverGirl. Just did a little like kumbaya. This is very easy to apply in here. Okay, this was smart. You can just, that's pretty. Very glowy. What'd you say, Lubu? I also think this will be good for exercising because once the other lip product, this is from Tarte, once the other lip product wears off, there'll still be a line there. Poppy from Tarte, Maracuja lip oil. I don't know. It definitely goes with the cheeks. A little nude on top. This is MAC Bare Bling. Just like add a little nude. The thing about me is I always put on a million lip products at once. Okay, here's our little natural glowy look. We need a setting spray, and then we're done. Let's use this one from Sephora collection. This is dewy, so we'll add even more dew to the skin. Did I use my powder? I think I did. I can't remember. Anyway, hope you love this. Let me know if you like these videos. Let me know what kind of makeup you want me to try next. Bye.